basis. Trying to get what's that?
We're always busy in the summer, so
I'm glad to hear that.
it seems like it's getting, better than last year.
Yeah, oh yeah.
We are trying very hard to do
A lot of people, it's a different structure.
Especially when we do property adjustments.
This kind of weather.
Yeah, like I said,
75 and sunny,
because some of it's
wonderful.
something. I mean, that is an investment.
Well, and a lot of these is discretionary. And there are some industries
Dark clouds probably right next to
Main Street to a certain extent.
Yeah, well, this the wind seems to dry a lot. You have flowers and that dry those things up. Instead I'm worried about too much water in the street.
You'll find out on your weather discretion.
So, well, they got a sprinkler system.
And that.
Just not this
I was here. I wish I had when they put it in. There's a big issue with the drive-through.
Yeah.
The roadway going into the residential.
Oh, hair flip for men, is it?
Yeah. They did not want that. Somehow they got it put in. And this year, I'm surprised that people aren't all in here in force. Tons of
Girls are all starting to get Yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely the only thing I said. I said, I want you to find sensible. I said, no, it's after.
It's on.
Okay, Sylvania Township Board of Zoning Appeals hearing is now in session. We do the roll call, please.
Mr. Hellberg.
Here.
Mr. Emsch.
Here.
Mr. Hayes.
Here.
Mr. Amos.
Here.
Mr. Boland.
Here.
Alternate Mr. Sabo.
Here.
All right, and do we have a motion to approve the minutes from the May 7th, 2012 meeting?
I'd so move.
Second.
Mr. Amos.
Yes.
Mr. Hayes.
Yes.
Mr. Hellberg.
Yes.
Mr. Emsch.
Yes.
Mr. Boland.
Yes.
Okay. Moving on, there appears to be no old business, so we'll be going to new business. And I'm going to ask for those who are in attendance today, on the chance that you're going to give any testimony, I'd like you now, we'll do this as a group, to raise your right hand, please. Do you swear that the testimony you're about to give is the truth to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. First order of business, we have in the new business is a variance to reduce the front setback for two signs for the properties located at 5811 and 5812 Settlers Ridge by the Woodstream West Homeowners Association. And Daryl, if we could ask you to please read the staff report or please summarize it.
Okay. The Woodstream West Property Owners Association, WWPOA, is seeking two variances for the properties located at the northeast, 5812 Settlers Ridge Circle, and the northwest, 5811 Settlers Ridge Circle, corners of Settlers Ridge and Sylvania Metamora Road, in order to construct two subdivision entry signs. There are currently no subdivision signs at this entry. Section 3105A of the Sylvania Township Zoning Resolution dictates that a low-profile monument sign identifying a residential subdivision be 15 feet minimum from a right-of-way line. The WWPOA wishes to place a 5-foot-high, four-sided tapered pillared sign on each corner property. The signs would measure 36 inches by 36 inches at the base and 30 inches by 30 inches at the top. The applicants are requesting a variance of 10 feet in order to site the signs 5 feet from each right-of-way. That is 5 feet from the Sylvania Metamora Road right-of-way and 5 feet from the Settlers Ridge Circle right-of-way. Staff recommends denial of this request. While this variance, if approved, would probably not impact visibility or imperil public safety, staff contends that there is also no hardship or extraordinary conditions relevant to the applicant's properties. There exists no physical reason preventing or creating difficulty in the sighting of these signs in accordance with the requirements of the Sylvania Township zoning resolution. Yes.
The definition of a low-profile monument sign, these things are pretty tall. Does this fit within the definition of low profile?
There's handy. Yeah, 5 feet is the, or 7 feet, I believe, is the maximum height.
These are,
Section 31.
yeah. Are there any other questions on the case or the staff recommendation?
5 foot maximum. What's this? At roadway.
Is there anybody here to speak on behalf of this matter? If you are, please come up to the podium.
Mr. Amos, it's 5 feet maximum. So they're right at the maximum for a monument sign.
We'll ask you to please sign in. They're at the max.
You guys ready for me now?
I'm sorry?
Okay, my name's Tim Nicholson.
Did you have a chance to sign in up there?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, please. Thank you.
I can do that. Okay. My name's Tim Nicholson. I'm the former president of Woodstream West Association, but I'm also the head of the sign committee. I guess after reading the staff report, it claimed the two reasons. First of all, why we want to put this sign. We live in a split division. We have 3 entrances. Only one of them currently has a sign, which is 16 years old. So we're looking to replace that sign and put new signs here as well. There's private property separating the 2 entrances, so we're trying to bring our fallen children back to us and let them know they're part of us. When it comes to the staff report on why we would disagree or why we believe that there is a hardship, 2 reasons. If you put it back at 15 feet, it becomes, first of all, it doesn't follow the aesthetics appeal of all the other adjacent properties. The neighborhoods, they are all at the line. We want to go back 5 feet, but we go back any further than that. First, it just won't look good. Granted, that's our opinion, but it's also the opinion of the homeowners who have made it very clear. You have a letter from them stating that if we can't put it here, we can't put it anywhere. So that's why we're trying for this variance. We understand the need for the 15 feet if a safety issue would be there, but obviously according to your own staff, safety and visibility are not an issue, which is the purpose of the variance in the first place, or I should say the variance of the 15-foot setback. So beyond that, we're just trying to make things look better. If you look at it, it's pretty shabby. The only other thing I want to point out, if you look at that picture, far right, we have a bunch of bushes and hedgery that line that area up. If we put the sign back 15 feet, you'll never see it. So it becomes a pointless thing to put in.
Well, without landscaping.
Without completely redoing all the landscaping owned by the homeowner.
Maybe Daryl can help me, I don't know. Or
Tim, we have pictures too.
where are they proposing to just to get a sense versus where it would be by ordinance?
Do you have your pointer, Daryl?
Go to the drawing.
I'm sorry, what are you looking at? What?
Go back to the photo.
This one?
Yeah,
Yes.
blow that one up.
Well, that's,
It'd be essentially 5 feet in from the bikeway path and 5 feet in from the concrete sidewalk.
Right, sir,
That's
start
right.
your pen on the north side of the asphalt pad, yeah.
Yeah.
Please, okay, so 5 feet in We do have photos. We took photos this morning of the two locations. Our requested 5 feet and your 15 feet. I stood 15 feet into their yard, and the signs were considerably back into their yard, rather than neighborhood signs matching the rest of our Northwest Sylvania developments. We do have photos of those. So, yeah, there is a bit of confusion. Sylvania Metamora is to the south there of that picture. There's a large...
Actually,
Yeah,
Mr. Emsh is right. We need to wait.
Okay.
You will love to hear you speak, but we
No,
need to
that's
and then you'll need to come up. But thank you. But did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No, just those are the basic reasons for it, and we're trying to do what the ordinance was intended for. The actual sign is, and that's make it aesthetic appealing, and putting it back 15 feet compared to like cobblestone, which is literally right. They have pillars right there on the line, and to put ours way back, it would look odd, to say the least.
So, can I ask a question? Where do you want to put them? Can you show us with that little pointer?
Can I?
Where you want to put them?
Sure. We want to put them here and here, and the setback requires here and here.
Is it still going to involve moving a little bit of landscape? Or no, I mean, at least what I'm seeing there.
Well, in this case, if we put it here, we'll take out this bush here,
Okay.
which is actually it probably needs to go anyway.
Okay.
And then here, there was a tree here that has been removed.
Oh.
Okay, for the hopefully the placement of our pillars. But we'd have to go back here again and back here. And again, we're trying to make them small pillars. I mean, they're 3 by 3. They're not huge things. Just and we want to spend good money on these. These are not cheap pillars. We're just trying to make an improvement.
The confusion I had in the write-up, it says at the base are 36 by 36, and the drawing showed 42 by 42.
No, at
The foundation.
right. Yeah, where it shows grade.
That'll be underground.
Yeah.
Is that on somebody's property that you're putting those on?
Yeah.
You have approval from the people?
Yes.
Yeah, we have letters.
There's letters, and then basically the approval request. Only here, you put it back 15 feet to get it. We're trying to do this legit.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay. Is there anyone else here who would like to speak on this matter? No? No, just kidding. Come on up, please. Yeah, please.
I just wanted to...
You need to sign in.
I'm the current president of Woodstream West, the mother of the neighborhood. Tim has done a fantastic job for us for 5 years, and so we have tried for the 8 years I've lived up here in Sylvania to get these signs, and the project has been dropped many, many times because of the ordeal involved. We want to do it according to code, ordinances, rules, etc., but our neighborhood simply does not fit in to the Northwest Sylvania cluster up there. There are 14 other subdivisions. All of them look a lot sharper than ours because of the very shabby builder sign put in by the Wampshires. This is the actual graphic that we hope to have on our main sign. We hope to replace our main sign. I won't go into that now. And then there will be smaller versions of this, as you see up there on the pillar. This is black basalt. The pillars will look like Sylvania Metamora Bank, the corner of Centennial and Sylvania. That very, very pale gray limestone. So we're looking for sort of a black and white, very graphic sign. We have a windmill in our neighborhood, a tall windmill. That is our little logo for letterheads, etc. So we've incorporated that, and we've worked for a couple of years getting all this together. So we hope we will be allowed. We understand and agree with our neighbors that they don't want signs 15 feet up into their front yard. And again, as Tim pointed out, they will not be very visible from the street. That, of course, is a high-traffic, fast-traffic street. People are going by at 55. signs way up into a yard don't even make sense, and no other neighborhood has them that way. They are down closer. It is difficult, but I was trying to point out with the other picture of the plat, it is difficult to understand the placements. There really is quite a long distance from Sylvania Metamora Road. There's a long grass outlawn area. Then there is about almost a 4 or 5 foot asphalt walk path, and then right into the two homeowners' properties. So we're from the road itself, Sylvania Metamora, we're talking quite a distance in. So to put the signs an additional 15 feet from the monument is just going to make them rather pointless. So I just wanted to show you this graphic. This is what we hope to have at Woodstream West to match all of our neighbors after 16 years. We just want to look decent. And as Tim pointed out, it's very important. We are a split plat. If you look at the large plat, which I have pictures of, cobblestones is first, the big long chunk of cobblestones. Then we have a small segment. Then there are 3 private properties on Sylvania Metamora Road, then our main entrance, and then Mitchell Road. So driving by quickly, realtors, anyone, it looks like Woodstream West is only down here. This little thing looks more attached to cobblestones. In the beginning, when Wampshire set it up, they called it Country Time. That is not a legal plat name. That was just a marketing name. They had little white picket fences. They sort of created a little enclave there. It took us a couple of years to convince the residents there that they are indeed part of Woodstream West. There were people not paying dues, etc. We had to get plats from county, etc., and prove to them there is no such thing as Country Time. That was just a little cute name. So they are Woodstream West, and we simply would like to sign them as such.
How long has this one been there? This Woodstream, roughly? How many years?
Woodstream West was platted. I have the original plat at county in 1993 by Finch and Fletcher. Is that okay? And then several updates since then. I do have a picture of that. My family owned the Cobblestone Farm, so I'm from Washington, D.C., but I moved out here to be near my family. So anyway, that's how I know about Woodstream and its history. It developed very, very slowly. Over its 14 plats total, developed very, very slowly by Wampshire's Millstream, and they did put the little builder sign there. It's sort of a wood with Kmart color blue, and it's...
Can you show me on the map where that existing sign is?
Okay, we need to... I don't know if you have the... let me sign here.
Well, there is no existing sign at this...
At this location, correct. This is our...
Has there been a sign at this location?
There's nothing there. That's why it is confusing, that you can't tell if that belongs to Cobblestone or us or nobody. There is no sign whatsoever there. Okay. And so we just proposed the small matching pillars to match a larger sign, which I also have pictures of. So it's a matter of simply bringing the two segments of our neighborhood together with matching signage, in compliance with the neighbors who don't want a pillar in the middle of their front yard.
And there is about a 50-foot right-of-way setback before we even started.
Yeah, there is a 50-foot half right-of-way.
Before we even started.
Right.
Okay. All right. Anybody have any questions here?
Thank you very much.
I went over there today. Could you go to the picture of the houses with the bushes?
That one or
That one.
that one?
According to Article 30, someone had mentioned about violations. These bushes are well over 3 feet high. Mm-hmm. Trees sitting out along the right-of-way, obviously well over 3 feet high. According to the regulations, you can only be 3 feet on vegetation. I suppose the objective is to hide the property from the roadway, but nonetheless, corner lots have 2 front yards. And how they got in, I don't know.
Sir, if I'm still here, may I speak? That is a new owner in that home, relatively new, less than 2 years, and he will be removing the bushes. They were, I don't know how and why they were planted there, but we realize they don't belong there.
He doesn't have to remove the bushes.
Mm-hmm.
It's supposed to be 3 feet high.
Okay, well, he knows.
Also, it was mentioned that the other subdivisions have boulevard signs. This is not a boulevard sign.
Some do have boulevard, sir, as well as corner signs. Cobblestone, for example, and The one we have the photo, Brookside, just south of 12 Lakes.
Well, 12 Lakes has them too.
Right, 12 Lakes has Boulevard as well, and theirs are right up to the sidewalk. There's their big brick signs. We took a picture of this afternoon.
One issue that I'm seeing, and I went by, whether it's 5 feet or 15, I mean, some of this landscape's going to need to be dealt with, I would think.
Yes.
Because it's not good either way, whether
Yes.
it's 5 feet or 15.
That is true.
I mean, I actually, in terms of a hardship, I potentially see some safety by pushing it back too far and kind of defeat the purpose of identification in the street. That's just one thought. Any other questions or anyone else here to speak on behalf
I
of
don't know if
this?
this would help at all. We just,
Oh, you do have some.
yeah, we took these just this afternoon
Okay.
of
You take a quick look and then we'll pass them on.
back here's another copy to put it on that way. This is all the second bridge. I'm not sure that's why that's called circle. It's not a circle. It goes right back into cobblestone. There's no circle there at all.
That's what it's shown as in Aries as
Why?
as
Yeah,
a
I wonder
circle.
why. You know, huh?
Originally, it looked different.
Oh, that's.
Blends right
And
in.
then cobblestone added Canadian.
Oh.
Man, it's never changed.
The little orange flag is trying to show the two.
The brick pillars are the other entrance?
No, this entrance here is what we're talking about.
That is the other, that's the one we were.
Oh, that's not us. That is another property. That's 12 Lakes, showing where their pillars are. Right on the sidewalk, yeah. Not even 5 feet back, let alone 15.
That's not bad. That's
Not to point the finger.
And cobblestone, which is right next to us, which you can actually see. I'm trying to think if you look.
Looking east.
Do you have the picture of the one?
Watch your steps there.
same thing.
I did.
The one that going down the bike path, see right here? That's cobblestone, and they have pillars right at the fence. Okay, and they have a huge sign 2 feet from the right away.
Just more copies, we took a number.
And a sign fence.
But as you pointed out,
They
so
have
that
pillars
put
too,
the
so
signs
we
way
got
back
the
into
idea
the
of
yards.
kind of match that
Defeat
look.
the purpose of having them at all. You know, as you drive by, it's like, what are those things in those private yards? They don't even look like signs of anything.
Are these pillars part of the fence or part of the sign?
It's the same look. They probably call it fence. I don't know the legal. What you're talking about are these right here. This is cobblestone.
Cobblestone went
This
in
is
in
like
1993,
looking where
1994.
at our corner. This is like taking a picture from here, looking that way. Okay, and there are brick pillars right along here, right on the right.
All right. Any other questions or comments regarding this
Mr.
matter?
Chairman, I have a couple comments, if I may.
Please.
To put the 15 feet a little bit in perspective, these two properties are 125 and 120 foot frontage on Settlers Ridge and 140 and 150 feet on Sylvania Metamora. So the 15 feet is approximately 10 feet, a little more than, or 10%, a little bit more than 10% in each direction. It's not a significant amount of the property. And also, our own signs out front, this might help a little bit too. A township sign out front. It's 15 feet from the inside of the sidewalk to the base of the sign, and then not quite another foot to where the pillar part of the sign actually begins. So 15 feet sounds like a significant amount. It really isn't that far.
Sir, in a private home, might it seem a little more impacting than in a public building?
Well, it's still
To have a sign on your front yard.
You're saying it's about the same distance back?
right. The base of our township sign is 15 feet to the inside of the sidewalk. Right.
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 Right, that's just taken and presented for illustrative purposes to
Right.
get a feel
Perspective.
of how far, 15 feet
Right.
back is.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm sorry, one last comment, and that is, regardless of what, a hardship, depending on how you define hardship, the homeowners have made it clear, they wrote letters saying, we're okay with 5, no on 15. And they made it clear. The one guy's 250 pounds, and he made it clear. I cannot publicly state how he made it, but he made it clear.
We got the point.
Very well, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, any other comments or questions regarding this? Okay, we'll be taking this into consideration when we temporarily adjourn, and then we'll come back and vote on it. If not, we'll move on to the next matter before us, which is a conditional use request to have light manufacturing in a C2 district for the property located at 7944 West Central Avenue by Daniel Casper. Daryl, could you please give us the report?
Yes. The subject property, currently zoned C2 General Commercial, contains 2 warehouse-type buildings sited end-to-end in a north-south alignment. The Alaire Corporation rents an approximate 3,600 square foot unit at the very rear of the northern building. The Alaire Corporation is a light metal service operation that produces small parts and legacy tooling for their clients. This operation consists of a small workforce that utilizes highly automated equipment and a small amount of raw materials. All materials and equipment are stored inside the facility, and delivery and shipping needs are met by carriers such as UPS and FedEx. Large tractor-trailer trucks are not utilized. On April 4th, 2011, the Sylvania Township Board of Zoning Appeals granted a temporary permit for a 1-year period to allow the applicant to prepare and submit a proposed commercial modified light industrial plan unit development. Since that time, the Sylvania Township Zoning Department has proposed a text amendment to Section 1402 of the Sylvania Township Zoning Resolution, allowing light manufacturing assembly as a conditional use in a C2 zone district. The Lucas County Plan Commission and the Sylvania Township Zoning Commission both recommended approval. On May 1st, 2012, this text amendment was approved by the Sylvania Township Board of Trustees as they unanimously voted yes to Resolution 12060. This resolution became effective on June 1st, 2012. Staff recommends approval of this request. An excerpt from the previous Township Zoning Manager's staff report in April 2011 regarding the temporary use request sums it up best. This is an example of a situation where standard Euclidean zoning does not address this particular manufacturing need. This type of hybrid land use would be perfectly viable in a commercial zone district given the lack of intrusive manufacturing activities and potential environmental impacts, and the size and quantity of the custom products produced. Many of these types of businesses occur as incubator startup facilities, which the West Central Corridor is suited for.
Very good. So in short, all of the, we gave them, I was involved when we did this in case a year ago, so they had a year to try to do something on this, and now the proper zoning is in place for this type of operation.
Well, as a conditional use, yeah.
Right.
Rather than rezoning the property.
It's a conditional, it's a proper, it's a specified conditional use under the code with the new code change. Okay. All right. Now, does anyone have any questions?
I remember it from before.
Yeah. That's what I was, is anybody here want to speak on behalf of this matter? Ask you to sign in.
Well, I'm here, I guess.
Sure. I'm curious how you don't have this one. Right.
Feel like an old man.
Well, I guess all I want to say is basically ask for your approval on this. I'm not sure I can explain or add much more to what they have said, other than these are very small parts. They're about the size of your thumb, collets, and he's now developed a website that's allowed him to sell these almost all over the world. It's amazing the orders he's getting that are being produced right here in Sylvania Township. And the only other thing I wanted to say was that there are other permitted uses in C2 that I would not allow in my building, but this one is such a low impact that it is certainly suited for C2.
I think from the report, there's no semis, they don't get...
No, it's all small trucks, and really they don't use a lot of material. They're just small parts.
I remember you had examples before, and they were pretty small pellets.
Yes. He sent them out in little boxes like this. And he's sending them out now all over the world.
What is your name, sir?
Dan Casper.
So you own the property next door?
I own the property that the building is on.
He's a landlord.
I'm the landlord.
So this is an existing building?
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't here. We didn't.
yes.
Excuse me, I wasn't.
Any questions?
I wanted to say that I dealt with this property several years ago. Looks the same now as it did then. Nothing, you wouldn't know what's going on inside the place. It's just commercial building.
And it sounds like the business is doing well, which is nice to hear.
It sure is. Very good.
All right. No other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I believe then at this point, we're going to, I don't know if the proper word is adjourn, but we're going to recess and have a discussion. Will be coming out in a little bit, and then we'll vote on these matters. Thank you. Yeah. Bad idea.
It's pretty nice one though, isn't it?
I was going to copy it.
Yeah.
Panera had some. We have a look at that. It's for drug.
You got your post-it note for blocking the door.
Yeah, put on myself.
Okay, we're back from deliberations, and at this point, we're ready to entertain a motion on the two matters. The first being 5811, 5812 Settlers Ridge. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chairman, I move to approve the application as submitted on the condition that the landscaping immediately adjacent to the proposed signs is brought into conformity with the resolution, the zoning resolution.
Very good. Do I have a second?
And second.
Mr. Emsch?
Yes.
Mr. Amos?
Yes.
Mr. Hellberg?
Yes.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mr. Boland?
Yes.
Next item, the conditional use request on the light manufacturing in a C2 district for the property at 7944 West Central. Do we have a motion on that?
I'll make a motion to approve the conditional use to allow light manufacturing.
Okay, is there a second?
Second.
Mr. Hayes?
Yes.
Mr. Emsch?
Yes.
Mr. Hellberg?
Yes.
Mr. Amos?
Yes.
Mr. Boland?
Okay. And you have the hearing, and then the minutes eventually for these decisions do get posted on the township's website, just as any other issues. Being no other business before us, we have a motion for adjournment.
Make a motion. We adjourn.
Second.
We are adjourned.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very, very much for your time and your help.
Thank you.
Now you'll know where to find us in Sylvania Township. Thank you.